हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आपका हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल में हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। आज पढ़ेंगे अपन सोमरसेट मॉगन की दी लंचन। देखिए, इससे पहले अपन पोइट के बारे में जान लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन। देखिए, विलियम सोमरसेट मॉगन, जिनका जन्म 25 जनवरी 1874 को हुआ था और मृत्यु हुई इनकी 16 दिसंबर 1965 में, was an English playwright, novelist, and short story writer. He was among the most popular writers of his era and reputedly the highest paid author during the 1930s. ठीक है। अब देखिए, इसका पूरा बायोडाटा देखिए। जन्म हुआ इनकी 25 जनवरी 1874 को पेरिस, फ्रांस में। मृत्यु हुई इनकी 16 दिसंबर 1965 में। एजुकेशन इनकी हुई थी किंग्स स्कूल कैंटरबरी में। अल्मा मैटर हेडेलबर्ग यूनिवर्सिटी, सेंट थॉमस स्कूल हॉस्पिटल मेडिकल स्कूल में इनकी एजुकेशन हुई। इनका व्यवसाय था प्ले राइट, नॉवलिस्ट और स्टोरी राइटर। स्पाउस थी इनकी साइरिन वेलकम। ठीक है, ये तो हो गया इनका बायोडाटा। देखिए, both Mahogan's parents died before he was 10, and the orphaned boy was raised by a paternal uncle who was emotionally cold. He did not want to become a lawyer like other men in his family, so he trained and qualified as a physician. His first novel, Liza of Lameth, 1897, जो पब्लिश हुआ, sold out so rapidly that Mahogan gave up medicine to write full time. During the First World War, he served with the Red Cross in the Ambulance Corps before being recruited in 1960 into the British Secret Intelligence Service. He worked for the service in Switzerland and Russia before the October Revolution of 1917 in the Russian Empire. During and after the war, he traveled in India, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific. He drew from those experiences in his later short stories and novels. अब देखिए, आपके सिलेबस में है दी लंचन। देखिए, द राइटर ऑफ द लंचन विलियम मॉगन ड्यूरिंग दिस स्टोरी रिलेट्स ए फ्यू लेडीज who is a lover of his stories. She wins the author's favor and expresses her wish to satisfy him at a high-class restaurant. William exposes the false motives of modest eating habits of the central classes with slightly of humor. 20 years ago, the author was living in Paris when he had met a woman. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट। She had met him at a play and relates to him the incident during the interval which had occurred at that point. She had read a book written by him and had written a letter to him about her views. Another letter was posted stating about her visit to Paris and her desire to possess a Dutch luncheon at the Foyot's, a restaurant where French senators eat. William was not an upscale man and had never even thought of visiting that restaurant. Nor did he possess the art of refusing her request. और देखिए नेक्स्ट, estimating the value of luncheon, which should not cost quite 15 francs, he decided to chop down coffee from his menu so that he could have enough for himself for a subsequent fortnight. His meeting was fixed on Thursday at 12:30 through correspondence. The lady was in her 40s, talkative and not attractive. She had ordered for salmon and caviar. While the salmon was being prepared, William had ordered for the most cost-effective dish mutton soups. After the meal, she had ordered bite campaign. She kept enjoying the meal and chatting about art, literature, and music. While William kept wondering about the bill of fare was soaring above that which he had anticipated. When the waiter had accompanied the bill, she waved him aside with an air of gesture and ordered for asparagus, the expensive dish. William's heart sank, his mouth watered, and yet he had to quell his emotions. Adding to words and things, she ordered for ice cream, then coffee, all an equivalent, announcing that she never ate anything or luncheon. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट है जस्ट ए वाइट थ्रू आउट केप्ट रीलिंग थ्रू विलियम्स माइंड अबाउट how he was getting to pay the exorbitant bill, or how could he fail to an act of his pocket having been picked. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट टू हिज अटर डिसमे द हेड waiter walked up to the table with an outside basket filled with his peaches. She picked up one, protesting that her meal was just a snack which she could certainly enjoy the peach. The bill was finally paid, and William found himself with just a couple of francs for the ideas, and not a penny left in his pocket for the entire month. William believed that he had his revenge, for then when the 20 years had gone by, he met her begging 136 क्लोरा. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट देखिए इसकी थीम देखिए द प्राइमरी थीम ऑफ द स्टोरी लंचन ऑफ बाई मॉर्गन इज appearance versus reality. The speaker in luncheon says from the start that this date would be a gorgeous woman. ठीक है he imagines a portrait of a graceful lady in his mind, but then he goes to a possessive lunch together with her. She appears as a surprising blast, a complete opposite to his imagination. Not only her appearance but also her dialogue express that she is particularly fat, food-loving and ravenous woman who does not even think touch about the prices the speaker would need to buy the lunch. She features an excellent appetite and gobbles tons of cash also. The foremost interesting part in that देखिए स्टोरी द लंच द टेक्स्ट आई एम गेटिंग टू एन एनालाइज represents the shorter story entitled The Luncheon, written by prominent English novelist, short story writer, playwright, and C.S. Morgan. First of all, I had wished to say some words about the title to the text, The Luncheon. The title of the text is quite ironic. If we consult a dictionary, we will determine that the word luncheon means a light snack, but as we see hereafter, a light-weight snack turns to be an abundant and expensive meal. The text represents the primary person narration. The utilization of pronouns I, my, myself is prominent. अर्थात did I remember my heart sank. ठीक है as for myself. देखिए द प्लॉट ऑफ द टेक्स्ट इज that the following the narrator, a book writer, recognizes a lady with whom he had lunch years ago. He starts remembering the unforgettable evening. He was young, lived in Paris, will barely make ends meet. She had read of his book and wrote a letter to congratulate him on his work. He invited her for lunch, and to his Horror, she chooses an upscale restaurant. He had only 80 francs to last him the remainder of the month. He ordered one expensive dish after another, and when the bill came, he paid and was left with no money in the list. However, within the end, the narrator feels that he was finally had his revenge when he sees that the woman now put tons of weight. ठीक है, अब देखिए आगे. Morgan offers the reader an outline sustained by dialogues that features a source during a cutback. The author presents a cutback soon at the start of the text, and this cutback becomes a crucial detail that I remember, which allows us to understand what had happened 20 years ago. The flashback goes to the last paragraph when the narrator comes back to this time and shows us that he had been revenged. The tone of the text is ironic. The irony is presented here during a stretched form. ठीक है. Mainly in the scan of the restaurant, the given text is often divided into three logical parts. The one is represented by two first paragraphs when the narrator sees the woman at the theater in 20 years since their first meeting, when which recurs to his memory within the second illogical part I had wished to say. That it is the story within the story, so this very part is often divided into third structural parts. I feel that it is the open structure, it possesses the exposition, the story, and therefore the climax. The exposition begins with the sentence, "It was 20 years ago that I was living in Paris," and ends with the words, "I answered that I might meet my friend by correspondence at Foyot's on Thursday at 12:30. Here the reader learns about the place of action, Paris, and time I had been 20 years ago. As for the female character, we will get a transparent idea about her from what the narrator tells about her. She was not so young as I expected, and in appearance imposing instead of attractive. She was in fact a lady of 40, an enthralling age, but not one that excited a sudden and devastating passion. ठीक है. अब देखिए, सी was talkative, but since she seemed inclined to speak about me, I used to be prepared to be an attentive listener. So we will see that narrator is the mouthpiece of the author, and also we study her through her actions, behavior, and speech. सी एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर देखिए, सी रिपीट्स, "आई नेवर एट एनीथिंग फॉर लंचन बट सी इट्स एवरीथिंग शी विल बिकॉज द narrator says, I watched the abandoned woman thrust the asparagus down her throat in voluminous mouthfuls, and in my polite way discoursed on the condition of the drama within the Balkans." So we will conclude that the lady's sensible experience selfish called with known feeling except to satisfy her desire. I feel that he perceives her like a beast of prey, and therefore the hyperbole she gave me. The impression having more teeth, bite, and enormous, and even then very necessary for any practical purpose. Prove this concept, the dialogues between the host and therefore the guest are effective and permit the reader to witness what is happening. We will as we perceive how the author makes the tone vary within the words of the characters. The woman's tone never changes while she chiefs the host and orders the former expensive dishes, and therefore the repetition of the same phrase proves it. I never eat anything for luncheon, and I never ate quite one thing, which is the key sentence of the text. We can feel the suspense to be developed through the words of the narrator from the very beginning. At the part of the text, we notice his willingness to please her, but Because the time passes, his utterance becomes shorter and shorter, his tone becomes more and more subdued. My heart sang a touch, I turned a touch pale, my heart sang. Pain is easily, he answered generously, I answered promptly, I asked faintly, become less generous. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट, एज ही इज मोर वरीड अबाउट what proportion he will need to pay. I had been the sole thing he could believe. The tension gets to its highest point when the bill comes. I think this moment to be the climax of the ठीक है, अब ये हो गया कंप्लीट, आपको इसे लर्न करना है।